Welcome and good morning, you guys. I have been getting some pretty powerful energies, which I often do, but this is a little bit more intense um, than normal. There was a love bug that did also land on my phone as I was setting up, and so it's felt like a message for somebody. Somebody loves you dearly. If you are questioning whether someone truly loves you, let this be your sign that they do. Whether here in the physical realm or passed on. I've also been feeling this energy of the awakening of new gifts in a new way, or the expansion of old ones, if you can really call them old, for they've always just been. Also, the need for action. If you have been questioning whether you should take action, take steps in a certain direction that has been calling you, the answer is yes. Yes. Do not get caught up in the details. If something calls, it's calling for a reason. Listen with your heart. Feel if it is pulling within your heart space to take you into that direction. And just know that every little step you take is bringing you closer to that path, closer to alignment with that path. Trust in it. Do not get caught up in the details, for it will all unfold exactly as it's meant to, as long as you take the steps towards it. Also, maybe this means something for someone as well. I keep getting this playing over and over again in my head. You've got a friend in Jesus. Maybe that is a message for somebody. Just following the nudges. Maybe call on his energy if you are feeling lost or in need of guidance, of a little direction. And an answer will often show itself in one form or another. Also, something about the Wheel of Fortune. If that means anything to anyone, whether it be the game show, the wheel on the game show, or the card in the tarot deck. also have my tiny little Jesus with me. He actually came to me unexpectedly from a doctor's appointment, and he has been echoing into everything ever since. The white-robed masters. It's been my little traveler. When I sleep or meditate with it, it takes me places. Been having some very vivid dreams lately. And maybe you have too. There's been just this massive energetic influx that has brought in this energy that is creating endings and new beginnings, upending what we thought was stable, yet also showing new paths before us. This is why, upon opening and got the message, the answer to yes, take a step in that direction, go towards that path. And I feel that this is this specific energy that the cards will help to clarify further on, is the energy of new beginnings, closing out old cycles and the opening of new ones, new beginnings. Maybe this is why extra guidance is coming in at this time, because some of what is ending can be quite, or appear to be quite chaotic. But do not forget to trust it, because even if it appears chaotic, it is simply just guiding you in the right direction. And sometimes the chaos that brings the extra energy, the extra emotions, the extra maybe a frustration, or just like, I'm so done with this. Maybe you feel done with it for a reason, and it's kind of putting that fire under you to get moving in the direction that's calling you. Also highlighting who may be creating unnecessary dramas and the draining of energy within your life. So, what energies can support us during this time of transition, during this time of closing out of old cycles and the beginning of new? What can help us to cut ties with that which no longer serves, and that which will help us move forward? Okay. Number 8 and 11. 8 being infinite possibilities the infinity symbol, the Mobius, the ever-moving shape of time, accessing other dimensions. 11 being solid and sturdy. Two ones coming together as pillars to hold each other up. Maybe you have a specific person you can lean on at this time if you are going through a transition, who may be more supportive than you anticipated. Because sometimes we may need certain people that we first thought we may not have, because as we move forward, we're becoming a bit more community oriented and remembering that it is necessary to integrate into community, into being there for those who align with you and your values and your path. And sometimes we do have to cut out the old, the ones who drain, the ones who do not add value in some shape, way, or form. And of course, I'm meaning those who purposely are seeking drama, purposely making you feel like you're less than or worse than, or those who look down on you or judge you harshly on a consistent basis. People of that nature, those are energies that are not serving. And no, we are beginning to understand to love each person as they are. We also have the right to create our boundaries and stand strong in our truth and not allow that to happen anymore. You can still love a person from a distance. You can still love them for exactly who they are, but you do not have to interact with that energy if it is at all draining your energy. You have the right to make that decision, because this is your life after all. So, the first card that came out was plant medicine. Number 36. I'm feeling use the plants as your allies at this time. Going back to nature, surrounding yourself with the medicine of plants. Maybe also incorporating more herbs into your diet, or putting more greenery in your home. Interacting with these plants with love, and maybe even buying one of those little plant music devices to even further and deeper connect to the sound of plants. For plants do contain consciousness. They do have memory. They are living beings just as we are. Connection to the sun as well may be beneficial as you yourself grow. in this circle of life. Maybe even if this calls to you, I know it's not for everyone, but some plant medicines that can help with depression or anxiety that have been proven to do so in small doses. If that calls to you and is something that is safe for you, it would not hurt to look into it either, especially as we move through bigger transitions, because sometimes we do need a little extra mental support. And no matter what the plant is that may call to you, no matter what herbs you feel guided to bring into your life, they are always beneficial in helping support you through times of transition. Maybe even ashwagandha as well, lemon balm, a variety of mushrooms, catnip for relaxation if you're finding yourself a little on edge, and combine that with lavender. And for some who it is safe, of course, this is one you want to always make sure you're not taking specific medications, but St. John's wort. I discovered myself a tea of lavender and St. John's wort calmed me tremendously and helped me sleep so well. I was really surprised at how powerful that medicine was. St. John's wort and lavender tea with a little bit of honey. Especially if you're feeling a bit on edge. It'll help bring you back into symbiosis, into the center. Help you to center so you can focus on your growth. Alrighty. And this upcoming autumn, the number 8, autumn, it does feel like, as in regard to the choices, this is the time where the decisions and the steps are going to be the most important, the most critical at this time. And I am especially feeling around October. I am really feeling October is when those choices will be even clearer, if not already in full swing. And so if you are experiencing a sort of lull or a pause at the moment before there's any movement forward, just trust it, because that itself could be the universe preparing you for your new season, allowing you a time of rest before great movement, before the winter settles in. And also focusing on our core values, our core self, the orange, the sacral, the yellow, the solar plexus, and the root chakra, the red, to keep ourselves firm in our foundation. So this is also where the plant medicine, or just more herbs, more vegetables, more fruits, to support ourselves in our diet and our body, could be very beneficial at this time, because as we support and take care of our bodies, then we also support those 3 chakras, those 3 lower chakras that really keep us strong as we move forward into new directions. And so really listening to the body as we begin to change seasons. And as always, add a little heart. As we do that, maybe an activation of our heart will sprout forth as we listen to and tend to our bodies. And with it being the number 8, this is a practice we should consider maybe making permanent, whatever we come across. And it also connects us to the sun. But the 8 being infinite, that to me speaks of maybe this change is a permanent change. Well, permanent in the sense that a long-term, permanent for this life cycle. But also whatever changes you make for your body to support your body as you're changing seasons. Maybe one that you rely on for the rest of this experience. May even help connect you deeper to the flow of abundance as well. 8 being the number of abundance and the infinity symbol as well. And then life force 31, which only further amplifies what I was speaking on as far as taking care of the self, to balance the self. You see here the circles as if it's an infinity. Changing of cycles, following the spiral of life, listening to the core of our being and taking care of it, keeping it strong. But when we take care of it, then we vibrate at a frequency, at a resonance that will call in that which further supports us and keeps us stronger, keeps that life force flowing, that abundance flowing. Take care of that which is central to your core being. Makes you strong in who you are, in your inner knowing. It helps with the flow of your life force. What brings joy and infuses it into this aspect. What brings real, genuine love for self and even others that are supportive of you and your needs. Following the flow of the life force. And then our last card, number 11. Crystal spirits. This to me is speaking on, of course, as we move through this transition, relying on specific crystals that may call to you. Maybe going rock collecting, going to mines to dig for crystals as the weather cools. Maybe where you're moving, if this transition involves a move, will have more crystal energy to it. But at this time, the spirits within these crystals can be incredibly supportive. Whether that be for dream travel or just everyday life. Sometimes just holding it in times of uncertainty or meditation, or when you are just moving through really dense aspects or things that are a little bit more challenging. The crystal energy can help support that, can help support you as you move through this. Because sometimes the only way out is through. But we do have lots of strong and steady support around us. Nature will support us at this time. Maybe even looking into the support of the birds, especially crows. Maybe even blue jays. The connection of heaven and earth and the in-between plane, which the blue jay can often represent. And the crows speak of listening to inner magic, following the magic. Also the closing out of old cycles, because they tend to appear where there is magic or the opening of something new. Opening of portals. Maybe something that's leaving for something new to come in. But let the crystal spirits help support you at this time, in combination with plants or plant medicine. Maybe if you feel called to putting plants around your home for support, you can put a crystal at the base in the dirt to not only support the plant, but to also support you, amplify those energies. And with it also being representative spirits, I feel really called to say that you do have a team of spirits that are really supporting you at this time. Ancestors, those who've passed on, those you were really close to, as well as those you may be aware of or may not. That you have an entire team around you, helping you at this time, and you can call upon them when you need further guidance or assistance. Much like Jesus. Thank you so much. I think I'm going to leave that there. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment how this resonated with you. If there were any themes I spoke of that you are experiencing at this time. I will also be leaving a link down below for my cause. And until next time, thank you so much. And you have a very blessed day.